5, 6, 7. Haha, okay. So now I should be able to go. Oh yeah, this thing is going to be a BDR killer. Just take a moment to appreciate this. I am on my tippy toes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to Impact Moto. Out here on the KTM 690, checking out the local stuff. But we're about ready to hit the road. There's some bugs. Once you stop, apparently they decide you're food. We are still riding around with the world's worst mirrors, but we're making do. This thing sure likes the twisties. Might just be the little unicorn I've been waiting for. Just enough on-road prowess to have fun. Not that the XRL isn't fun on the pavement, but everything's kind of in slow motion. Big old emphasis on the slow. Definitely does feel smooth for a big old thumper in there, so kudos to KTM for that. Can't figure it out. Suspension on this thing is definitely less plush. This thing feels, what do you know, ready to race. Feels ready to catch the bike's weight off of a jump, which of course it is. But then it's also willing to do this. Pretty unique thing. There's 80. There's 90. Of course, I won't be doing that very often on this thing. It really doesn't deserve it. So I found out that you can adjust how much holding power these mirrors have. They've got a little set screw that you can clamp down on the ball that's in there as the pivot. So I will be making that adjustment before long. Blue heron. Well, with the traction control on, this thing does still want to kick out, but it catches you. So you could tell right there, it kicked in. Definitely going to take some doing, getting used to. When it's just full power, traction control off, I don't seem to have that same feeling. But I can't show you traction control off because for some reason the button decided not to work today. It's kind of funny, it worked perfectly yesterday. I think I turned it on and off about 5 times yesterday. And it was throughout the day and everything. I don't know. I don't know what could have caused the difference, but definitely worked then. Yeah, this thing really does feel planted once you get up to speed. You know, that was just about 50, and it feels like it's well tuned for this kind of stuff. Full on. Dang, this thing will haul. Gotta say, guys, I'm enjoying this 690. Alright, guys. Couple little things. Trying a new spot for my phone holder since I can't put it in the middle with this, I don't know, bar clamp shape. And also, I did a little digging on this traction control button. And I think that it works, but you have to be pretty precise with the timing. I found a video where a guy showed a little too short, a little too long, and it won't cycle. So rather than thinking of 5 longer seconds, he did 7 short seconds, and now I just got it to work. So this is my first time to try it again to see if it'll work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uh-oh, it worked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we found the trick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Haha, okay. So now I should be able to go. Yep. Well, we're riding without gloves again. Let's try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, okay, so there's a slight delay, and it did work. So it must be that you have to have the traction control. Okay, so hang on, maybe you hit 7 seconds, and then you have to let off the throttle for it to take effect. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and let off throttle. That's what it is. Haha! We have outsmarted the machine. It's a beautiful day out here. Finally figured out the traction control. That has been driving me crazy this ride. And I also realized that I need to adjust my brake lever down a little bit. Right now it's too far up. I've got to raise my whole leg off the peg just about to get that to get my foot high enough for it. Oh yeah, this thing is gonna be a BDR killer. Really glad I figured out that TC thing. And I don't know why they have to make it so freaking hard. Seems like it wouldn't be very hard to design it such that, you know, anything over 5 seconds is enough to toggle it. I don't know why you'd have to be so dead on with your timing. We got some new chapter feelings with this bike. Riding without gloves, this thing feels a lot better, actually. I need gloves that make me feel like I'm riding barefoot. Let's hope they don't make gloves that do that. This is a pretty interesting piece of infrastructure here. So, water's flowing through there. And coming out of there. You got these big, I don't know what they're called. Functionally, it stops the water. Big winch at the top, operating some cables, it looks like. Oh, come on, buddy. Let go. Oh, a piece of interesting. This thing does not have the ground clearance that the 650L does. That's for sure. But it does have real slow speed manners. I don't feel like I have to... It might actually just be easier to ride all around than the 650. It has way more power when you'd like it. But nothing about this says feels difficult to ride. Huh. Definitely impressed with this thing so far. Hey, let's go check that out over here. Yeah, this thing is definitely built for a lot more intense riding than what the XRL is doing. But it is pretty sweet once you kind of get used to it. You can tell what the point is. Nice. Oh, that's a fence. I find fences offensive. See, this would be a scenario. Just take a moment to appreciate this. I am on my tippy toes because the road had a center hump and a rut and then a berm, and I just casually rolled up on here without even thinking, like, oh yeah, what if it's too tall? What if I fall over? I don't have to. Beauty of being 6'5". So I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. But I have to get enough momentum to back off of there. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. There she goes. Yeah, I mean, this thing will take some getting used to, but there's no doubt that I'm going to enjoy it over time. Yeah, she'll rip. She will rip. Kind of addicting. After the XRL, where I'm like, come on, just give me a little more. This thing just says, right now? Sure. And with the ABS off, you know, it is just the same as a regular old dirt bike with no intervention when it comes to like power delivery. Sweet. Yeah, guys, I think this is the next chapter. Been wondering what it was going to take to get me to buy a new bike, but I think this thing really does bring quite a bit to the table that I will enjoy. So stay tuned. I bet you I do a BDR on this thing this summer rather than on the AT. I got some pannier racks coming, I think I mentioned that, and then it really doesn't need a whole lot else. All in all, yeah, this thing is ready to race. Guys, I'm just backtracking home from here. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. A little bit of a romp on this thing. I haven't fully got used to it yet, but it's definitely starting to feel a little more natural than it did first day. The second day I definitely feel like I'm learning how to ride it. And it's really just a matter of time until I figure this thing out. So stay tuned. There'll be more KTM 690 Enduro R content on this channel. Later.